Today we have from the Midwest. He is an original. Yes, he is from the town where Mike put up those rings. And man, he was chasing rings on HBO Ballers. Yes.
Okay.
We thought he was a hothead, but man, that man was a star. You tuned in each week to see the guy.
Oh.
But it didn't start there. It didn't start there. Ask Keanu Reeves, man. That man really had that hard ball. Ladies and gentlemen, he's about to bring the Force in Star's newest Power Universe series, Book 4. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Kris D. Lofton.
Okay, with a name like that though, I mean the intro gotta be him.
Yo, that
You fucking with it?
Nah. See, like now you gotta like follow a nigga around type situation. I'm gonna need that damn near where I go. What? Like what?
Every room you walk in.
Like nah,
Facts.
for real. That was fire though. No, I appreciate that, man. I
Yo,
appreciate the work.
anytime, man.
Indeed. And what I appreciate more than anything, and it's the little things, but throwing that D in there. Like, yo, the fact that you said Kris D. Lofton, like, I worked hard for that D.
Okay.
Y'all don't even know what we got to go through just to get something like that D. Damn it, thank you.
Yo, Wiki,
know?
Wiki, please put the D in his name. Show this man that respect.
Every letter
Right.
counts.
Love,
Every letter
man.
counts.
Every letter counts,
Nothing
man.
but. I appreciate that,
For
man.
real. So we're going to kick it off with you giving your backstory about you growing up in Chicago, how you got into acting, man. Kick it all off for us.
Man, well, yeah,
Paint
like
the
you
picture.
said, I grew up in Chicago, man. I grew up in Chicago, a town called Bellwood, in the suburbs and shit, to be exact. And man, I started acting when I was about 10, 11 years old. I get this audition. Well, I didn't even know it was an audition for a movie at the time. I played sports. Like, I was real big on sports. I played baseball and
Wow.
football, a little bit of basketball. But I heard something on the radio. It was like, yo, there's some people in town. We're looking for young black boys that know how to play baseball. So I told my mom, I'm like, yo,
That's me.
That's me. I'm young, I'm black, I know how to play baseball. So let's
It
do
all
it.
checks out. Let's see.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So let's do it. I say, Mom, take me where the radio said right now. And she's like, all right. She takes me. We get there. It's an audition for a movie. I'm like, well, I don't want to be in no movie, Mom. She was like, well,
What you thought the audition was for?
Yeah, what you thought was
You want
for?
to honestly know what I thought it was, bro? I honestly
What?
thought that it was like a hell of a traveling baseball team.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
I thought it was like a travelers league, but it was for like the best team in Chicago of like
Okay.
10 to 13-year-olds. That's
Okay,
what I thought
valid.
it was.
All
You know
right.
what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh yeah, take me. I'm cold. Mama, take me.
Right.
I get there, it's a movie audition. I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to do that. But my mom was like, boy, I done drove you all the way.
You gonna do
You
this
better
today.
audition.
Yeah, I
gonna
know.
do this.
Exactly. She said, just go in there and see. You never know. I get in there, they hand me this paper. Mind you, it's like 600-700 kids there. Right?
Ooh.
It's like it's an open call. You know what I'm saying? Open call. You don't have to have an agent. You don't have to have any acting experience. It's just they put it out there to the public because they're looking for anybody to fill this role. So literally, 600 kids show up. They parents, putting the spit on their face, cleaning them up and
And
doing
you're
all
not
that.
even here for all that. You're just
Yeah.
like, whatever.
Right. I'm not here for that, dog. I got on sweatpants, a t-shirt, a hat, and I got my damn baseball glove with me. I'm
Yeah,
chilling.
that's it. Like,
you know,
yo, I'm authentic. That's what I'm here for.
I'm chilling, and they tell me it's a movie audition. They hand me a script. They say, here, read this. But when you read it, just try to act like you're not reading it, but you're just talking with your friends, and let's see what happens. And I was like, all right, and I just was like, do. You want to be in a movie? I was like, yeah, all right. Y'all are playing. They playing. They don't mean that. But nah, they was serious. And
It's funny because people really never believe in those like stories. Like I remember
Yep.
back in the day,
Legit.
walking around the mall, there used to be like this like company called like
Talent
New
Skies.
Faces,
Yeah.
like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they made everybody feel like they're gonna be a star. You know what I mean? And then
Mhm.
they'll be like, oh, you gotta cut a check and whatever the case
yeah.
is.
Oh yeah, I got suckered
it's
like that
dope to get
before
picked
too.
up.
Oh,
Yeah, I did
man.
that. What was it? The Barbizon. Y'all remember Barbizon?
You see?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Barbizon. No, I ain't gonna say they sucking me, but they definitely did say
Reel you in there.
you owe some money. It was a couple dollars too. I remember that. Mom, I got over my mom. I still owe you that Barbizon money, mama.
It worked out though.
Yeah, it
and that's
worked
the
out.
cool thing about
It
it.
worked
It's like
out.
it can really happen anywhere. And the open call situation is really not something that generally makes a star, and you never really hear these stories. So it's dope because kids,
Yeah.
there's a chance.
Was that experience what made you want to pursue acting?
I won't say that the hardball experience made me want to pursue acting, but what it did for me, at least, being from Chicago, it opened my mind up to the possibility of doing something other than like, yo, I got to hoop, I got to play football, I got to make it to the NFL, I got to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? It opened me up way more to that. Like, oh, wait a minute, like, shit, I could be on TV. I didn't even hold on. Wait a minute, I didn't even think about that one. Wait a minute,
I got options.
I've been lied to my whole life.
Many things.
I could be on TV. I was like, I never thought about that. It just opened up the possibilities to me in my world, and it just made me not feel as if I didn't necessarily feel like I was worried about being a product of my environment after that, because I feel like my mind was opened at a very young age. Like, you know, I was going to Hollywood premieres, getting flown out with car service before there was Uber. You know what I'm saying? I'm 11 years old. They calling car services Lincoln Town cars to come pick me up. So it opened my mind. I'm 11. You know what I'm saying?
So you could be it.
Yeah. So it just opened my mind to the things that I thought weren't attainable could possibly be. But, you know, I struggled with just being a kid, you know? So I don't think I really had the revelation that like I want to be an actor until I was probably in my 20s, like maybe 22. Like,
what was the time where you remember just getting the bug? Like at that point, you know, when you played the hardball, the audition, all that, you were just like, whatever, I'll do it.
Right.
But when were you like, no, like this is my calling, this is what I'm gonna do? Or do you even feel like that?
Yeah, no, I feel like that. And you want to know when it happened? Like honestly, I remember I was going to an audition, and I took the train in Chicago, right? I jumped over the turnstile at the train. I ain't had a $2.25. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget it. I had $82 in my pocket, but 2 of them was singles, the rest was 20s, right? No change, no nothing. It cost $2.25 to ride the train. I paid the $2. I asked everybody I could around for a quarter. Everybody was looking at me like they was crazy.
Yeah,
they was like, nah, get away. I was like, all right, man, well, forget it. So I paid the $2 and I just jumped over the thing, right? 5 minutes go by. 4 plainclothes officers tackle me. Arrest me, right? Or they arrest me, okay? I go to county jail in Chicago for jumping over the thing, the little turnstile on the train, right? And I done my fair share of stuff I ain't had no business doing. So I kind of took that like just be lucky this is what they got you for.
Right,
you know?
right.
I was like, be grateful.
If it's gonna be something.
If it's gonna be something, let it be theft of services.
I can explain this to my mom.
Yeah. I was like, Mom, I jumped over the thing at the train. I'm in jail. Come get me. I didn't do anything bad, you know? But it was in that moment where it just seemed like this is not real. Because at this point, I had already done the Tyler Perry movie. I did Meet the Browns, you know? And I remember they put me in the back of this paddy wagon in Chicago, and it was wintertime in Chicago. I had on a T-shirt. They took my socks. They took my shoestrings. They just left me with some shoes on. They chained me to some random person by the ankle and wrist. And I'm just sitting in there like, okay, you got to make a decision. I was like,
time to change my life.
It was in that moment. And then when I finally got to county, this I'll never forget it, bro. I remember I had on those Sean Kemp Reeboks, those kamikazes. I had on the black and red Reeboks, right? This is when I knew that jail shoes only go up to a size 12. I wear a size 13.
Oh, damn.
So now I'm the only person in county walking around in regular shoes. So everybody's looking at me like, who does this nigga think he is? Right. Who is this? Why he get to keep his shoes? You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm like, here we go, right? And then like the COs and the other inmates, they recognizing me from TV because like I said, the Meet the Browns was out. Yeah. So they was like, dude, what you doing in here? Ain't you the nigga from Meet the Browns? Like, what you in here? What you do? You ain't got nobody to come get you. I know you can get somebody. Somebody gonna come get you out of here. Like, and it was in that moment I just said, you know what? I'm gonna be an actor. I was like, 'cause this is not it. I was like, this is just not it. I was like, I'd rather act like this. I don't want to actually be here. This ain't for me. This ain't for me. And I feel like that was the moment when I was just like, I'm going all in, and I had to make a choice. I had to like, you know, change some of the circles, remove some of the friends, remove some of the bullshit, you know? Yeah. And I got rid of it, and I just locked in on the tunnel vision, and I said, this is it.
And as you should. Now, you had an amazing role in Stint on HBO Ballers. How did you get that role, and how was your experience?
Oh, man, the Ballers role. I remember when I originally auditioned for Ballers, I auditioned for Reggie. Shout out to my boy
Okay.
London.
That's our guy London, friend of the show.
London's my
Yeah.
dog, man. One of the greatest dudes ever. Been shout out to him and Razor Kanan. We in the same universe, same power universe and family. So shout out to you, London. You my dog. And
Fire.
when I originally auditioned for Ballers, I auditioned for his role. And I remember we got that email. My agent sent me the email. They say, "We love Kris, but this just isn't the role for him. But we'll keep him in mind for further along down in the project." And we get that all the time as actors.
Yeah.
We hear that and we just, whatever, okay, I ain't get it, cool. But I auditioned like 3 years later. By that time, I finally lived in LA. When I originally auditioned, I was still living in Chicago. By the time I auditioned for Kassan Teague, I was living in LA. And I remember that day too, which is crazy. That day, I had my third callback for The Shy.
Ooh.
I was up for Brandon, for Jason Mitchell's role.
Oh.
I had my third callback. I had 2 auditions that day. My third callback for The Shy and my first audition for Ballers for Kassan Teague. I left the Shy audition, went straight to the Ballers one. And I remember auditioning. I literally, and I don't do this. Like I'm the dude who don't even tell my friends and family that I'm auditioning.
You don't want to jinx
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And I'm the guy that like throws the sides out when I lead an audition. I don't take it home with me. I let it, whatever, bro, because I got to separate the 2 people. There's Kris Lofton, the person. There's Kris Lofton, the actor.
Just leave it right there.
You gotta,
right,
you gotta
right,
separate them. So
Fair.
I remember
I like that.
I kind of broke that, my own rule, because when I walked out of that audition for Ballers, I got goosebumps. Like in real life, like I got goosebumps to the point where I damn near was about to cry. I called my mom immediately and I said, "Mama, I'm about to get that shit."
Ooh.
I said, "Mama, I said, Mama, I don't know what it is. There's nobody else." I said, "Mama, I just, there's no way they can pick somebody else." I said, "Mama, I'm about to get it and everything is about to change." I said, "I don't know if this is gonna change it, but everything in general is about to change it." And I remember I called my mama and said that. And like a week or so later, that's when I found out I booked it.
Amazing.
That legit.
That's a lit story right there.
Yeah, no,
man.
that's a fact too. Like that's a fact. Yeah.
Wow, that's really dope. I think a lot of actors need to hear this story too, because what are the odds that you moved to LA? So was that the first role after you moved here that you got, or
The first.
what was your reasoning to leave the Shy and come to LA?
The first big role. Well, basically, my reason from leaving Chicago was that I guess when you're on the outside looking in, when you're not living here in LA, all we got is the perception of what we think LA is.
Smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, So for me, being from Chicago and wanting to be an actor, I just looked at LA like, that's where I go if I want to be a star. It's like Chicago is like, yeah, this is cool. I can be a working actor. I can not have to go clock in and work a real job. And that's a great life. There's no discredit to that. I can be a guest star my entire life, never work, be on TV, have some great moments, and have a strong and solid career. But I was like, nah. I was like, I want more than that though. Because I'm watching TV and I'm like, I could do that.
Yeah.
I think I'm better than him,
Go
actually.
all in.
And it was like, I was like, nah. I was like, and I just started to weigh it. And I'm like, okay, what's the difference between me and those people I'm watching on TV all the time? I'm like, they live in LA and I don't. That's one of the biggest ones. I was like, I can't change the other ones. I can't change that they may look safer than me. I can't change that I got these tattoos in my ears and pierced. I can't change the way I can't change my swag and the way I carry myself. But I can change that I don't live in LA and they do.
That's true.
I was like, I can change that. And not only do they live in LA, he been there 10 years. They've been there 5 years. They've been there 7 years.
So it's inevitable. If I move to LA, I'm going to get the bigger roles.
I said, eventually, I don't think I'm going to get that series regular here. I want to be a series regular. I want to be a movie star. I don't want to be a guest star forever.
That's definitely
And that's what got me on that plane, the cliche one-way ticket, $300 in a backpack, and came to LA 6 years ago.
You actually just mentioned something really important too. You said your look, your swag, and all that stuff. Do you feel like the roles that you do get, at this moment, at least in your career, are you like pigeonholed into certain things, or do you get to audition for everything?
No, I audition for everything, but like I don't feel like I'm pigeonholed because even my role on Snowfall, I don't feel like that was nowhere near. A lot of people still don't even like relate that was me because it was so different. And I did another show called Chad. Shout out to Nassim Padrid. I did a show called Chad on TBS. Like it was straight comedy. They put a wig on me and everything. Like I take it there and I do other things, but I feel like the ones that I'm most prominent for and that people remember the most are these. So I'm not the person that runs from that. I lean into it. I'm not the guy. What I always said is if they want to typecast me, okay, but Don't just make
me the number one
Yeah,
guy you
right,
pick for that
Don't make me a thug. Make me the thug. Give me my
Fair.
Denzel
That's
Trainer
fair.
Day then. If that's what you're gonna do, give me my Denzel Trainer Day so I can win an Oscar, and now I can go do Flight.
Fair.
Now I can go do Remember the Titans because I did Training Day. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, cool. If y'all want to play, let's play. But let me show you how it's done to be that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the energy to have, man. And now being from Chicago is just so many legendary people there. It's a rich history. How much of Chicago, being from there, is an influence into the characters that you play as an actor when you're on that screen?
Oh man, I think I can't escape Chicago and none of my characters. I'm not like I don't give myself that much credit as an actor to say that you can't still hear that Chicago in me. Even when I'm doing something that's Chicago so deep, I feel like Chicago and New York are the same in a sense. You gonna tell if he from New York. You're gonna be able to tell, like, nah, that dude right there acting, he from Chicago. I could tell, because even on the ad libs, my ad libs are usually a Chicago type ad lib.
Right.
You know,
right.
so I can't really hide it, and I owe Chicago everything, man. I feel like Chicago is one of those places where if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. So I owe Chicago everything for the position that I'm in this acting industry. It was Chicago who molded me and taught me. I say it like this: Chicago made me, LA paid me. So
Ooh,
Hey.
like
that's
that.
what it is.
Big boss
snatch for
energy
that. I know,
right
right?
there,
That's right.
man.
Yeah.
So in a sense, like, we always kind of hear like the bad things about Chicago, you know, like the crime
Right.
rates and poverty stuff, all that stuff, which is there.
Right.
But what are some of the things about Chicago that inspire you?
Man, the people. You know, the people of Chicago are some of the most genuine and truthful people, like honest, whether it's no shades of gray. We either hate you or we love you, but we're not gonna play with you. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what I love about Chicago. And I feel like the platform that stars and the power universe in the world, 50 Cent, Courtney Kemp, what they've created, bringing that to Chicago and putting Chicago in the forefront, like actually choosing to make Chicago the main character. And Chicago comes first. It's even before our fearless leader and the man himself, Joseph Sikora, who is the greatest person in the world. Let's just put that out there. Joseph Sikora is single-handedly one of the greatest people I've ever met. Like, actor, of course, but he's one of the greatest people I've ever met. So I remember talking with Joseph before we started filming, and me and him both agreed that, look, he told me, Kris, we make Chicago the number one character, we'll be fine. Chicago has to be the star of this show. And I feel like what we've done with Power Book 4 Force, we did just that. And being from Chicago, I appreciate it 10 times more because, like you said, we don't see Chicago in this light. And when other cities show us Chicago, when other shows, not other cities, when other shows or movies show us Chicago, we see the same B-roll, same stock footage, the same
Literally the...
Nah, not on this. Not on
Yeah.
Power Book 4, we don't. You're going to see Chicago. And I feel like there's never been a situation where Chicago was shown on such a high platform, and not just Chicago, but the small nuances that make Chicago, you know? So I think it's dope.
That's beautiful.
Man, that's definitely a great feeling to have. Now that you guys are back in Chicago and you are doing the show, how has the reception been from the community?
Oh man, the city of Chicago is going crazy. Like, what's crazy is I know how season 1 was, but you know, Lord willing, let's cross fingers, season 2, when we go back to film, I don't know how hard it's going to be for them to film with Tommy running around. It was already hard season 1. Like, man, for us to really film, like, it would be, I remember one time we were filming the scene and the actual bus driver saw him, stopped the bus, got out the bus. He got out. He got off the bus, left the passengers on the bus to come say what's up to Tommy. He screamed. Like, it's crazy. Yo, Power fans are the best fans in the world. We really, truly do have the best fans in the world.
Committed, definitely.
And I really think that the fans are particularly excited about this Tommy spinoff, you know? Yeah, man. And me as a fan, because I am a true hardcore Power fan, even before I got on the show, I'm ready for it. I'm gonna be watching it just like y'all. And like, you know what I'm saying? And people think that we know everything because we did it, but it's like, nah, I know what I filmed. I wasn't there when they filmed all of that.
Right. And it's weird how like things film too. Like,
you know?
It's like you'll film like one scene and then it'll be like a scene from like 3 episodes ago. Like, it's never in order.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You
saying.
really get to
So
see it.
I'm watching it like y'all too. I'm like, oh, oh, that's what it looked like? Because I read it. Yeah, I read it. But I've never seen. I don't know what it's going to look like, just like y'all don't know. So I love that.
So basically, you can't tease us and tell us anything. Like, that's what you're really telling us.
Yeah,
you came here for no reason.
Y'all ain't going to get no spoilers out of me, man. You ain't going to have 50 trying to come for my neck.
Oh, man.
How is it having 50 as a boss?
Man, amazing. 50 is the man, dog. You know, 50 is the man. Like, I be around him and I'm still like, I had that little moment where it's like, dog, you 50, like, stop talking to me. Especially like when he's actually talking to me and referring to me by name. He's like, yo, Kris, come here, let me help. I'm like, wait a minute, stop it. Like, you're 50 Cent.
Right.
Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop. Are you me? Like, it's one of those moments, but he's truly amazing and he drops gems on us all the time. If you listen to 50, you got to keep your ears open around 50. Keep your mouth closed and your ears open because he's going to drop gems, and it's on you to pick them up. Mm-hmm. It's on you to realize what he's telling you. It's on you to just listen and take heed to what he's telling you, man. But if you truly do listen to him, he's dropping gems and he being truthful. And, you know, he's one of those bosses who he knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He knows what he's doing, so you just got to trust him, as does, you know, Courtney Kemp and everybody, Shanna Stein, Bart Winrich, all of our people, you know what I'm saying?
Trust the team.
You got to trust the team and the machine that they've built because they know what they're doing, bro. They wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be on the 4th installment of Power if they didn't. So you got to get outside yourself, bro, and just be like, look.
Just listen, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I hear you. I get it, you know? And that's...
Yeah, because y'all got stars in the headlock. Like, ain't nothing else moving.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
What we're going to do right now is we're going to take a quick song break and we're going to play that theme song from Power Book 4, 50 Cent, Jeremiah, Little Durk, Power, Powder, Respect. You were tuned into The Corner, hip-hop culture at your convenience, exclusively on Taste Radio, powered by Dash, Corey Giles, Holla Rock, Kris D. Lofton. We'll be back. That theme song was heavy, man. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh man, the theme song is crazy, like super crazy. Like, man, I think that's what when it started to feel real to me. Like, it still don't feel real yet, but when I saw the theme song video and heard the song, it started to feel a little more real. It started to feel more real, and then I'm like, yo, because this is before I had ever seen any of it. Like, we just had the premiere last week, so I finally got to see the first episode, but this was before I'd ever seen that. So those clips, I'm watching it just like y'all. I'm like, this is it, you know? So I was like geeked, and just once again, shout out to 50, man. They know what they doing.
No,
and shout out to Guy Van Swearingen. I see you in here watching. He's the man. Y'all gonna love his character. He plays Paulie on the show.
Okay.
Oh man, wait till the show comes out. He's part of the Flynn family and the whole like Irish mob spin we got going on. My dog Ahmad Ferguson is in here. He plays Marshall on the show. He in there with CBI and my clique, me and my brother. Yes. Joe, yeah, man, I can't wait to Sunday. I can't wait to Sunday. Y'all gonna meet Paulie. Paulie's that guy.
Paulie's the guy. Yeah. We need the deets on your character, Jannard, correct? Okay. We need to know, who is he? Is he friend? Is he foe? Can he be trusted? Yeah. Is him and his brother just running up on, like, what are y'all doing, man? Like, what's the move?
All right, well, Jannard is a complex character, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? I think when we meet Jannard, we find Jannard in a place where he's just trying to fight with the balance of his life. You know what I'm saying? The balance being his brother is just coming home from prison. He just did 15 years. My brother Diamond did 15 years. So he's just coming home in these episodes. So he's just trying to adjust and balance that, because at the end of the day, you know, when they say people go to jail, they become institutionalized and they have to reacclimate themselves to the real world. Mm-hmm. The same can be said for their loved ones and people in their lives. Like, I got to figure out how to put this person back in my life, and you ain't been here in 15 years.
Right.
And now it's a unique situation, because not only do I have to figure out how to reinsert you into my life after 15 years, you want to be reinserted in my business too. Mm-hmm. So it's like, we're going to see how that go. But that love for my brother, Jannard is he's a brother. He's very intellectual and he's smart. He's very calculated. He knows what he's doing. I don't think Jannard just acts off of impulse too much.
Because Tommy do.
Yeah.
Tommy Wild.
Something got to offset Tommy.
Yeah, but we're going to see Tommy just actually try to, you know, because he is coming into a new city.
Yeah.
So I think we got to look at it like, Tommy can't come in here like he in New York because he's not in New York.
Fair.
And he's not. He's still Tommy, but he can't be that same Tommy. At least not right away. Otherwise, he'd probably be dead by episode 4. And we can't have that if he came to. There would be no show. So nobody would be doing. I wouldn't even be doing this interview. So we gotta have that opportunity to grow with him. You know what I'm saying? He's number one now.
Yeah.
There is no Ghost. There is no Kanan. There is nobody. It's me. I'm Tommy. I'm making my own moves. I'm starting from the ground up. And this is the way I want to do it. This is how I see myself handling it. So we as an audience get to grow with Tommy and watch him start literally with nothing on some Western type shit. Like he just a man coming into town with his damn horse, the Mustang, literally a horse, with his horse in a bag, and humbling. He ain't got nothing. I lost everybody. Everybody cared about is dead.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to start over, man. And we as a fans get to see that space for Tommy, but we know he's still Tommy, so we know how he wants to take over. He's gonna do it with force, no pun intended.
Ooh.
Oh
man.
Do you guys as a cast compete against the cast from the other
no.
Our premiere gonna do better.
Yeah, what's the energy?
No, you want to know what's crazy? Shout out to 5 though, because 50, he does those little posts where he's like, "Yo, Michael Rainey, it look like Meech and them got y'all over there."
Yeah, you see that.
He be going back and forth for real. And I just sat back and watched because our show wasn't out yet.
Right.
So I'm like, I can't be that guy who just talking.
Popping the comments,
I'm like, I can't pop in there. I'm like, don't nobody know you yet. You're like, relax. So I stayed out of it, at least for now. I stayed out of it. But I think sometimes we kind of we don't compare ourselves, but we say like, okay, I think the audience gonna probably look at me like this person in the universe, or the audience will probably look at me like I'm this person in the audience. We took it like that, like, yeah. So I remember I did an interview when I was just in New York, and they asked like essentially that question: who do you think people will compare you to in the Power universe? And I would have to say, shout out to my boy Woody, I think they're gonna try to compare me to Kane.
Yeah,
that's my dog.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, that's definitely a tough comparison. But you also got to remember, a lot of people be like, yo, Kane should be off. You think you're going to get that? Like, we got to get this guy out of here, man. He got to die episode 6, man. We need that RIP post.
I think Jannard is going to be what I told you about how the city of Chicago is. There's no shades of gray. We either love you or hate you, but you can't play with him.
That's how we going to feel.
That's how y'all going to feel about Jannard. You either going to love Jannard or hate Jannard, but you ain't going to play with Jannard.
Or love to hate him.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that right there.
You're going to love him or hate him, though.
Right.
So is there any similarities to you and the character that you play? How different are you guys?
There's some similarities and a lot of differences. I like to think I'm as calculated as Jannard. I just don't use my powers for evil as much as he may or may not. We'll see in this season. We'll see how much he uses those for evil. But I think there are some similarities. One big non-similarity, one difference is I feel I don't have a brother in real life. So this is, for me, a very fun experience because I've always wanted a brother. It's like, I'm the youngest. I got one sister. She's older than me. So I'm the baby with no brothers. That was a very boring childhood. To say I love my sister, but it was very boring to be not just the only boy, but the youngest too. So it's like, I was by myself a lot.
Not getting bullied by your big sister.
Yeah. I was by myself a lot as a child. Spent a lot of time alone. But nah, so I think that this character, it gives me things that I didn't have with a little bit of some of the similarities as well. Like me and Jannard are both very smart. And I think me and Jannard are similar in a way where we can go on the block and have a conversation with the leader of a gang or crime syndicate. And we can also go to the boardroom and have a real discussion about these numbers and this business plan. And I like to think that Kris is the same in a sense in those lines with Jannard.
Like that.
So should we get the 2 staple questions in?
Man, it is time. So each and every episode, we have 2 staple questions we ask the guests. So I'm going to kick this one off today, all right, man? All right. So you from Chicago. I know y'all got very, very few corner stores. It's not like in New York. You got a corner store on every block. So when you go into a corner store, what are your top 5 favorite items?
What am I grabbing out the corner store?
Yeah. First 5.
The first
7-Eleven or whatever.
All right. My first 5 is Russian cream or black Russian cream or dark stout backwoods.
Ooh, talk to him.
I'm getting probably a lighter,
Light
a
it.
Sprite, a big lighter though, not one of them crackhead lighters. I'm getting a big lighter.
Splurging.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend that extra $125 on the Bic. I'm gonna spend the extra $125 on that Bic. I'm gonna get a Sprite. Top 5. I'm gonna get a Sprite. I'm gonna get the Backwoods. I'm gonna get a lighter. I'm gonna probably grab some Doritos for the,
What flavor?
Munchies.
I'm gonna just get the regular. I'm gonna keep it real regular. I'm gonna keep it straight classic nacho cheese. Yeah, man. What's the last thing? And probably some. I'm gonna double cup my ice. That's what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get ice to pour the Sprite in.
Okay,
Those
I like
items.
that.
Then they're gonna end up charging me. Otherwise, it would be free because they end up charging you because I like to grab 2 cups.
Yeah.
They end up charging you. So
it's the ice too.
Yeah, and it's the
they
ice.
Be mad stingy with the ice.
Yeah, they be stingy with the ice in the cups. It's like, bro, relax. Let me get the cup. Let me get the cup. I'm like, there's nothing in here. It's okay, but that's probably what I'm gonna grab.
All right, our second question we love to ask all our guests really, because we talk a lot about your journey on this show. Mm-hmm. What is the peak and the pit of your journey so far?
Oh man, the peak and the pit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start with the pit.
Okay.
The pit was more than likely, my pit was here in LA when I first moved here 6 years ago.
Let's reflect.
Yeah, dog, that was definitely the pit. Like, man,
what was going on at that point?
Sheesh. I was working still. I was working or whatever, and I never in my career, mind you, like you said, I did hardball, so I've been acting over 20 years. So in that 20-year stretch, there had never been a full calendar year in which I didn't book something. Right. It's like, I don't care if it's a commercial, a co-star, guest star, something.
Yeah, let me get something. Yeah.
That didn't happen until I came to LA. I came to LA that first year and a half, nothing. I didn't book nothing.
And you came in here thinking it's about to be busting.
Oh my God! You have no idea.
It's about to be light work.
I thought it was about to be that. I'm like, man, I'm in LA, man. I'm finna get it cracking. Nothing, mind you. And then I lived when I first moved here. I lived in a valley in Reseda. It was 4 of us in a 2-bedroom crib. I was sleeping on the floor on my homie's beanbag in his room for 6 months.
Because LA's expensive.
Yeah, it's real out here.
Did that for 6 months. Then we finally moved, but we moved to the hood. We moved to South Central. I'm in the middle of the hood, I'm on Madison and on Manchester and Fig. 85th and Fig. That's where I was at, right? So I'm there. I end up getting a job, a regular job at 24 Hour Fitness in the valley though, in Woodland Hills. And I'm in South Central.
Dang, you gotta travel.
Dog. I got no car, no nothing, dog. I'm on the bus for 2 hours and 46 minutes one way.
That bus shit is different.
One way though. It took me 2 hours and 46 minutes one way just to get to Woodland Hills to work at 24 Hour Fitness. But I did that for 8 months. And then right before I booked Ballers, I was working at a hotel by LAX. I was working at a hotel. I was in there mixing waffle batter in the morning for the continental breakfast. I'm in there, nigga, churn, baby, churn. I'm talking about I'm here with it.
Waking up early.
I'm here
Style
with it,
hustle,
bro.
man.
I'm here with it, G. I'm really getting it in. I booked Ballers, and then that was it. But that was the pit, bro.
Wait, can you tell us about the day you quit?
Yeah. I didn't even quit. This was crazy.
He didn't show up.
Nah. What happened was I was still working at the hotel. And mind you, I hadn't booked anything yet. The first thing I booked was an episode. And what's crazy is his bus just drove by with my homie face on it. My boy Peyton for the All-American. The bus just drove by for the All-American spinoff. But the first thing I booked in LA was an episode of The Quad on BET.
Okay.
And my boy Peyton, who was on that bus, he was the star of that show. And that's how me and him became friends. I booked that while I was working at that hotel by LAX. I booked that. I had to go to Atlanta to film it. It filmed in Atlanta. Went to Atlanta to film it, came back to LA. It was cool. The job didn't really trip about me taking off. Mind you, I just got the job, though.
Right.
I'm already taking off.
But they're probably used to that out here.
Yeah, right? Yeah. But then I come back. I'm still working the job like nothing happened. I'm like, I need these little checks. Relax.
In the meantime,
right. Gee, they called me back to do another episode of The Quad. So I have to fly back to Atlanta to film another episode. They wasn't with that. So I come back from filming that second episode of The Quad. I come back. I remember, man. Manager sits me down. He says, Kris, I'm giving you your last check. I'm like, for what? He's like, man, come on. You just started, Kris. You've already taken off. He's like, I remember this like it was yesterday. He looked at me and said, come on, Kris, you don't need this shit.
Wow.
He said, Kris, you don't need this shit, man. He says, you're gonna be fine. do the acting, stick with it. You don't need this shit.
You probably needed to hear that though.
But he fired me though. I didn't quit.
And you did need it in the moment.
I didn't quit.
Yo, did you file for unemployment though?
What? You think I didn't when I did? Come on, stop it. Of course I fired. But he fired me, and then literally 3 weeks later, I got the audition for Ballers, and then like within a month and a half, that's when I found out I booked it, and I never worked another job since then.
Ooh.
That's good. That's a good turnaround.
Yo,
Yeah.
That's an amazing turnaround right there, my man.
And then now the peak.
Now the peak. So far, it's this moment, man. It's this moment. It was just on the red carpet of that Power Book 4 Force premiere in New York on Friday, man. And what? It like, bro, I just kept having moments where I had to just like step off the carpet. I was like, wait a minute, am I in y'all way? Am I
They're like, no, you're the moment. You're
they were like,
doing
no,
it.
Like,
Kris,
this for me?
Get in here. I was like, no, y'all are tripping. Like that's Kanan. That's Tommy. Wait, Lakeisha's here? I was like, this is too much.
Oh,
like,
man.
I'm like, that was the peak for me. It was like, man, I had my family out there. I flew my mom and my dad and my sister and my brother. Like, I flew them all out there to New York. They had the premiere, and I'm on the red carpet, and my 50 hugging my mama. My mama looked like she about to cry. I'm taking a picture with my mama and 50.
That's dope.
Like, bro, that was the peak. Like, it was
That's amazing.
It was like nothing else mattered in that moment. It was like, yo, that's all right.
That's what you do it for.
That's it. Step one. You know, and I know it's just the peak for now because we.
You're going up.
Oh yeah.
My man is on the complete level up. So
you're gonna see you on the bus too.
What is next for you? What is next? You're on these hit shows, all right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the next plan? Will you be on other power shows? Will you be pulling up on Tariq on campus?
Oh man, that'd be dope. I would love for them to do
fire.
some crossover work on some Dick Wolf and Law and Order, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire stuff.
I can see that happening.
That would be
Yeah.
dope. They already kind of do little pieces of that, but I would love maybe one day if my character could do that. That would just complete the dream even more. If I could pop up on their shows too, like, whoa, wow, I auditioned for this, didn't get it. Now I'm here. I'm here anyway. Like, this is beautiful. Like, I would love that. But I think what's next for me, man, is the behind the camera. Like I said, I've been doing this so long, dog, like a very long time, to the point where, all right, it's time to get behind it. I want to write. I write already. I got some scripts that I've already written, and I want to direct as well. Hopefully, if Jannar lives long enough to see it, maybe by season 3 or 4, I can get one of those episodes of Power Book 4 Force, and they'll let me direct one of them. You know?
Yeah, because that'd
be lit.
Yeah, that'd be
That's
dope. So that's kind of the plan, man. I want to get behind the camera. I want to direct and I want to write, and hopefully get one of these shows that I've already written greenlit. Shout out to Greenlight Gang.
Hollywood. You heard this man out here.
Yeah.
He's been in here 2 decades. Y'all need to holler at him, let him direct something. For real,
man,
for real.
Yeah, I want to direct it, man. Like, I feel like that's what I got the eye for. I kind of act it with a director's eye. Like, I think that's what they like. I remember when I did Hardball, they said, Kris, you just have a knack for like knowing where the camera is. That's because, like a director, I kind of act like I'm directing. I'm thinking about blocking. I'm like, if I'm standing here and he starts talking, I know he's probably gonna walk over here. So let me be more this way. Let me be
it's
more.
Like choreo, like,
it's a beautiful dance. That's what acting is. It's a dance, man, and that's why it's important that your castmates are as brilliant as my castmates were, man. Everybody, all my castmates were amazing. From Joseph Sikora to Guy Van Swearingen to Isaac Keys, Gabrielle Ryan, Lily Simmons, Shane Harper. Shout out to Shane. Tommy Flanagan, the man. Like, what? OG.
That's real.
OG. Like, for us, for Black culture, we remember him from All About the Benjamins. Like, I was the dude when I got on set. I was like, yo, it's you from All About the Benjamins.
He's like, great.
He's like, yeah, no Braveheart, no none of that. All About the Benjamins. So I'm like, man, you from All About the Benjamins to me. I've never seen any of that other shit. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I'll tap into it though, but that's what I do know.
Yeah, for a fact. But man.
But we gonna speak that into existence. Your dreams are gonna come true. Hollywood gonna treat you right, and it's only up from now.
Indeed.
Going forward. If you ever need some actors, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
She's the actor, actress, the singer, all that. I just DJ, my brother.
All right, for sure. I'm gonna holler at
if
you.
If you ever want to party,
I'm gonna need that.
If you ever in New York, holler at us, because that's where we from. We up in there.
Oh, for sure.
From NY, definitely pull up, see us in the studio. We'll get you chopped cheese, my G.
Oh man, you already know. You already know, a little straight bodega. I'm gonna put the jewelry on just to go there.
Just to stunt at the bodega.
Just to stunt at the bodega. I got you.
Oh man, yo, tell these people where to find you on social media.
Man, they can find me on Instagram at Kris D Lofton. It's just my name. And on Twitter, you're gonna have to type real Kris D. Lofton because some lame hacked my page like a year ago. He hacked me, so I don't have Kris D. Lofton anymore on Twitter.
COVID?
I had to do real Kris D. Lofton, which made me feel like such an asshole. Cause I
I don't
hate,
feel like it's me, but
I hate those people. Like I used
Like,
to talk
it's
about
really
those
me.
people.
Yeah, like
I
the
used to-
official.
Yeah, I used to talk
Kris
about those
D.
people. Real Kris D. Lofton as opposed to what, sir? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I had to do it. I had to do it because somebody.
That's when you know you made it.
I guess so.
Major right there. Man, so that is it, folks, man. Shout out to Kris D. Lofton. And don't forget, midnight, it is hitting.
Man.
Power Book 4 Force is going to be crazy each and every Sunday. If you got that Stars app, make sure you tune in.
Yeah.
All right?
Yes, sir.
This might could take the top of the power chain. We're all about to tune in and really see. All right, man?
Let's see what it do.
So once again, we about to take a quick music break. You are tapped in to the corner, hip-hop culture at your convenience. I'm Corey Giles along with...
I'm Harlem Rock.
And we had Kris D. Lofton in the studio, and we'll be back after this. Bow.